Reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Jesus came from Galilee to John at the Jordan to be baptized by him. John tried to prevent him, saying, "I need to be baptized by you, and yet you are coming to me." Jesus replied, "Allow it now, for thus it is fitting for us to fulfill all righteousness." Then he allowed him. After Jesus was baptized, he came up from the water, and behold, the heavens were opened for him. And he saw the Spirit of God descending like a dove and coming upon him. And a voice came from the heavens saying, "This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Today is the feast of the baptism of the Lord. We're reading our gospel this year from Matthew, and Matthew takes a little bit different approach to this story than do the other gospels. It is only in Matthew that John objects to baptizing Jesus. And in the other gospels, when the voice from heaven comes, it is directed at Jesus and says, "You are my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." In Matthew, however, the words are directed to the crowd. "This is my beloved Son, in whom I am well pleased." Baptism is my favorite sacrament. When I stand at that font with a young couple bringing their infant, it's sort of an overwhelming experience. There is such a deep, abiding love, such affection for that child. Watching two people who are making a commitment for 20 years, willing to sacrifice so that that child may have what he or she might need. It's incredible to watch the joy and the love that is there. And if you notice, the next time we have a baptism, you will notice a large number of pews marked off as reserved, because today the sacrament is becoming more and more a celebratory family sacrament. Parents come, of course, grandparents are jumping out of their skin, other extended family, friends are here, and it becomes a great celebration for them. We are very fortunate here at St. Patrick's with the incredible number of you young people who bring your babies here. Last year, I had 57 baptisms and 12 deaths. That's an incredibly healthy statistic. Now, I had 30 funerals, but I often get a phone call. Mother belonged to, let's say, Our Lady of Peace, but she was baptized at St. Patrick's, made her first communion, was married there, and always said she wanted to be buried from St. Patrick's. And so, of course, but we had 57 baptisms and 12 deaths. It's almost the opposite in most of the other parishes. In the old baptismal rite, there was a blessing for the mother of the baby. In the new baptismal rite, there's a blessing for the mother and for the father. And I find the blessing for the father to be particularly poignant. It says, "I bless the father of this child. You and your wife will be the first teachers of your child in the ways of faith, bearing witness to the faith, not so much by what you say, but by what you do." And if we want to keep our young people in the church, that's precisely what you and I have to do. Give witness to our faith, not so much by what we say, but by what we do. Amen.